The Red Scare in the early 20th century was a period of intense fear and paranoia surrounding the spread of communism in America, fueled by the aftermath of the Russian Revolution and a growing socialist movement within the United States. This article explores the historical context, key events, and the lasting impact of the Red Scare on American society. Historical context. The Red Scare emerged in the wake of World War I and the Bolshevik Revolution in Russia. The success of the Communist Revolution in Russia, combined with a wave of labor unrest and socialist movements in America, generated concerns among political and business elites about the potential threat of communism infiltrating the United States. The Palmer Raids and suppression of dissent. Under the leadership of Attorney General Mitchell Palmer, the government conducted a series of aggressive raids known as the Palmer Raids. These raids targeted suspected radicals, socialists, and anarchists, resulting in the arrests and deportation of thousands of individuals. Civil liberties were often violated, with individuals being detained without due process and subjected to harassment. The Sacco and Vanzetti case. One of the most emblematic cases during the Red Scare was the trial of Nicola Sacco and Bartolomeo Vanzetti, Italian immigrants and self-proclaimed anarchists. Despite a lack of evidence, they were convicted and sentenced to death for a robbery and murder in Massachusetts. The trial was seen by many as an example of anti-immigrant sentiment and prejudice against political radicals. Impact on civil liberties. The Red Scare had a significant impact on civil liberties in America. The fear of communist infiltration led to the suppression of freedom of speech, assembly, and association. Activists, labor organizers, and intellectuals faced persecution and censorship. The Espionage Act and the Sedition Act were used to silence dissenting voices and curtail the expression of radical ideas. Anti-communist legislation and propaganda. The Red Scare prompted the introduction of anti-communist legislation and propaganda. The Immigration Act of 1924 imposed strict immigration quotas, particularly targeting Eastern and Southern Europeans, who were seen as potential carriers of radical ideologies. The government also launched a propaganda campaign to vilify communism and promote American patriotism, often associating socialism with subversion and disloyalty. Lasting impact. The Red Scare had a profound and lasting impact on American society and politics. It fueled a deep-seated fear of communism that persisted throughout the 20th century. The government's actions during this period set a precedent for future investigations and surveillance programs, such as the McCarthy era in the 1950s. The Red Scare of the early 20th century was a period of intense fear and hostility towards communism in America. It had a significant impact on civil liberties, leading to the suppression of dissent and the persecution of individuals suspected of radicalism. The legacy of the Red Scare continued to shape American politics and society, contributing to a lasting fear of communism and an enduring debate about the balance between national security and civil liberties.